Someone I don't know posted in a website called Trusted Hacker. Looks like a forum of some kind for lease specials or deals on cars, saying that I had emailed this person about a $599.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Can we finalize an appraisal I just did?
Can we finalize an appraisal? Sure, I'm going live, but is this car here?
No, some kid that was watching your live last week from Florida. This is a definite bad situation. I think I'm not going to be able to do anything for him, but I told him we're going to be transparent. That's why he wanted to talk to us.
Bad situation in what way? Like negative equity or?
Negative equity most likely. I'm printing off his payoff and ATM stuff. But yeah, he's got a bad
Calling him live,
Carfax,
just
it looks
FYI.
like.
We are live.
The blue drive scanner is not working, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
So what do you got for me? I'm not a mind reader, baby. Come on. What kind of car are we appraising?
Oh, it's the C300. It's in Acura already. Isaac Brennan.
You haven't really filled anything out.
It's also good.
No. No color, no nothing. So please make sure that's all saved and
Let's
then come
not
back to
fill
me.
in because I thought that
Colors, options.
options there was really nothing. I looked at the build sheet. None of that applied.
Oh, you don't have the color in there.
Color.
You don't have any damage disclosures at all. Just
Oh, I gotta put the front bumper because it was in an accident. I wanted to ask though about the CFAX report. Is that
it's bad Carfax. Yep. So you click the right thing.
That's supposed to say bad one, even though it doesn't say accident.
If it's got the yellow triangle on there, it's a bad Carfax. Doesn't matter what it was. Yep.
Julio.
Alex,
see.
who works for Kalish, is
Just remember we're live.
Okay. Well, I am
Yeah.
PG.
Just reminding you.
PG. Sad. He's at his miles. Needs to do something.
Add his miles on a C300 with 10 payments left.
Right.
How'd that happen?
Driving a lot more for work. So we need 12K miles here.
So his hybrid number's 42.
He did tires in November at 24,000. Brakes measured okay. It's an AMG line car. Clean Carfax. Got little door dings and dents all around.
So he's going to have less negative equity if we just go with his remaining payments.
Okay.
Because 7 payments times 1078 is what? 800 bucks, almost 77, somewhere in there.
What was it? It was 1078.
1078.77.
Times 7. 7,500 bucks.
Yeah.
So
7,500 bucks, which is much better than the $11,000 in negative equity if we took the car on trade.
Okay.
So let's work off of that.
Loaner C class right now.
Yeah, I mean his payment's pretty high. Did he have a lot of negative last time? No.
Standard rate lease.
Did he get it during COVID?
Yep.
Got it. All right, Krishan, what's going on? I'm live, by the way, so just keep that in mind.
I got a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now the blue scan also not working again. Kind of say something about it?
Yeah, we got the wrong ones apparently, so we have to order new ones. All right, so tell me about this car. It looks like pretty basic, no sunroof. Okay, so it's got a bad VHR, so you got to make sure that you click that. It doesn't show that in here, but let's see. What do we know about it? Did you ask her about what happened?
She just said,
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah, it wasn't really nothing, but she said they fixed. But she didn't tell me what they. I should have asked what exactly happened.
So there's 2 damage reports on here.
Yeah.
And let's see. Basically, the car is just a limited Grand Cherokee L with the second row bench package. Basically doesn't have anything on it, just one package.
Because actually her daughter. So she has the Grand Wagoner, and they bought this for the daughter. But she's going to, because she's trying to get into a GLS. Because her Grand Wagoner lease is up. So
Yeah.
she want to get a grand. I mean, Jim, that's with us, but she want to use her daughter car for trade
Okay.
and get her something else. So
What does she owe on this?
she said around 24, so I'm working on getting that exact payoff.
Okay. Well, so at least that's good.
She said around 23.
Yeah, I think that we're good at this number here. A little bit miley for the year. Not terrible. I mean, 51,000 miles, but it is above average for the year.
Okay.
And obviously the bad Carfax, I can tell that they're not accidents, it just says damage reported, but there are 2 of them. So you have to put yourself in the mind of the next person that's gonna buy the car.
I'll be like, why would-
Right, you're gonna see 2 damage reports on there, you're just gonna wonder what happened.
you never
Right.
know.
But more importantly than that, when people are shopping for used cars, 50% of the time they click clean Carfax only. So that means 50% of people shopping for used Grand Cherokees are never gonna see this car listed for sale. Right, so it's visibility problem.
Right.
Alright, so there you go. Let's work off of that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. Alright. Michael, what's going on? I have a question. We bought a smart car from a dealership connected to Mercedes-Benz, and then Mercedes stopped selling smarts in the US. It's been almost impossible to get it serviced. Yeah, Michael, not every Mercedes dealership has a smart franchise or service center, so you do kind of have to look for one that does. I know that we do. That probably doesn't help you necessarily. But yeah, not every Mercedes-Benz dealership was authorized to sell and service smart cars at the time. So is it worth a $2,000 repair on an 80,000 mile GLA 250, or is it time to renew the vehicle? Well, Daniel, I mean, you're getting up there in miles. Might be time to look at something new. All right, John, how are we looking now?
Well, the only thing I couldn't do is look up his payoff because probably not through us.
Did you ask him who it's through?
I haven't yet, but
Well, you gotta ask him who it's through.
I just know his payoff amount. So
You know what he told you. But we don't go off of what people tell us because they never know, right?
find out the exact number.
Yeah, find out who it's through.
The AccuTrade looked good though. I updated the body that the bumper's gonna need to be replaced. I don't know about the hood, that's kind of up to you. If you wanna look at the picture. Looks pretty bad. The bumper for sure.
Oh yeah, it's smashed in.
Absolutely. But you be the judge on the hood. I just put damage.
Oh, the whole front end is smashed in.
Probably stuff on.
Yeah, it's not just the lower bumper, it's the entire front grille surround, and it went into the to the top of the hood as well. Oh boy, man, this car is good and messed up. Yeah, hood chipped I think is a little generous. That's gonna be
The hood should be replaced too. Basically the whole front end.
it's definitely gonna be it's pretty considerable damage. I mean that's easily $3,000 worth of work.
We did
If not
get a
more.
quote for about 2,000 or 3,000, so that's not right.
Yeah. So 15,725 is where that car is, and that might even be generous given that we don't know how. What's that?
Anything else I need to upload in there? Does it look good? Is it TPG on the AccuTrade at least? I'll find out who's.
Yeah, I mean that's figure out. Hold up, let me look at what this bad Carfax was.
It just says vehicle not damaged or something in it, but obviously it's something happened here. The Carfax doesn't make any sense.
Oh no. Involving damage report, accident reported involving undercarriage impact with another motor vehicle. That sounds interesting. It hit a stationary object. Vehicle was not damaged. Airbags did not deploy. Well, I'm not sure how you hit another vehicle and a stationary object, but don't damage the vehicle.
See why I said it was weird?
Yeah, clearly, and I'm guessing that's probably the damage that we're looking at on this car that was never repaired.
It's weird how we got it to be reported like that.
Yeah, okay, so it's saved in there. It's all right. Work
Find
off
out
of that.
his payoff for real, who it's from, anything else I should
Find
know?
out the bank. Hopefully we can pull it depending on what lender it is, but we need an exact payoff, not an approximate payoff. Okay. All right. Let's see. Jim, G-Wagon's still hot. Are you still selective on who you sell those to? Yeah, G63s, that problem hasn't changed, right? G63 market is still bananas. Don't be fooled by cars that you see online that appear to be for sale. I'm sure when you call those dealers, you will quickly find out that there is a lot of hoops to jump through to buy them. What is your thoughts on the 2003 Citroen Saxo? I definitely don't know anything about that, so I apologize that I can't give you any help there. Jared, Sunday is my birthday. Can I get that G580 $599 special? Jared, yeah, buddy. Tomorrow's my birthday. That's right. We talked about this. We're both June birthdays. I love it. Happy birthday. Jake, big fan from Pocatello, Idaho. Nice, Jake. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Any update on G580 lease incentives? No. No. There's no updates there. Trust me, if there's anything interesting, of course I will communicate that to you. I mean, I can tell you that, I can't give you the exact figures unless we're actually conversing with you one-on-one, but we are very aggressive on those, but they are still very expensive cars, right? So keep that in mind. Let's see, Brian Wolf. I'm just a little peon from Ohio with a GLA 250. Come on, peon is not, that's not the right word. Someday I'll have a G-Wagon. I love that. What's the tariff situation at the moment over there? Is it affecting sales? Yeah, I mean, it definitely is, because even though 2025 cars, the tariff has been absorbed by Mercedes-Benz, we're staring down the barrel of 2026s are going to start getting impacted. And if the news that I keep on reading about is that there are significantly less cars that have been shipped from overseas in the last couple months, which is telling you that manufacturers are starting to slow down what they are importing because they are feeling the effects of the tariffs. So I don't know, remains to be seen, but you even said it correctly. Nice, I love that. Hey Doug, can you talk about the various programs available like Amex Business Owner and Sam's Club? So John, American Express is no longer around, but Sam's Club and AAA are still around. Now with both of those programs, you need to be a member for, I believe it's 6 months before you could get that benefit. Now there is another way, Mercedes-Benz Club of America, which a lot of people don't think about necessarily, but if you join Mercedes-Benz Club of America, and I don't think it's that expensive to join. It might be less than $100, but my understanding is that within 3 months of joining the Mercedes-Benz Club of America, that you can be eligible for these incentives that we discuss on here. So they're all different ways to get the same incentive. So you just need to be a member of one. Are there pros and cons between Sam's Club and Costco? Well, just for the purposes of Mercedes-Benz, the partnership is with Sam's Club. There is no partnership with Costco. Despite what Costco will have you believe, they do kind of have a fake partnership with Mercedes-Benz that I've always found amusing, but they basically partner with one dealer in every market and sell those leads to that dealer, and they pretend like you're getting an incentive for being a Costco member, but you don't actually get one. So Taylor, hey Doug, if you were given the opportunity to own your own dealership, would it only be Mercedes or a luxury brand? Taylor, I don't know. It's a great question. I can't answer that with certainty. I mean, I would love for it to be Mercedes, but I know that's probably unrealistic. If I were to ever get my own dealership, I probably would have to just get what I get. But obviously it would have to be a brand that I found that I thought was in a good position, doing well, right? Because I believe you have to love that product, right? If you don't love what you're selling, then the people that you're doing business with are going to be able to sniff that out a mile away. So no, Jimmy, the incentives are not stackable. You get whichever one is best, and those ones that we talk about are all different ways to get that same incentive. Soit Transfers and Apparel, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks to everyone for hanging out on a Wednesday afternoon. I appreciate it. Please, if you could, hit the like button and the thumbs up button. That's very helpful to me, and I really do appreciate it. It helps to get us out in front of more people. What do you think of an S580 2021 for $67,000 with about 4,000 miles on it? So James, that's right in line with where those should be priced, but it's all going to depend on the equipment on that car. So S-classes have a very large variety of equipment that they can have on it, and if it's a luxury line car, I would say that's priced too high. If that's an AMG line car with a good color combination, I would say that's right in line with where it should be. Russell Cole, S580 or S500, which holds value better? The 580. the 580. People want the V8. Looking for a GLS 550, but really wanted it in green. Is that color discontinued? The GLS 550, I'm not sure that you're gonna find one in green because there was a very rare, there was a very, very short period of time that they were ever offered in green. GLS 550 would be the old model, right? They stopped making those years ago. 2019 would have been the last year for a 550. Where would you suggest I look if I'm trying to find a specific build for, I'm sorry, 2020 would have been the last year for a used car. You know, cars.com is good. Thank you, it's not an AMG. James, that sounds a little high for a non-AMG line. What's up, brother?
I presented him the loaner selling that gray car.
Okay.
His payment only goes up $50 a month from what he's paying right now with that negative roller.
And with more miles?
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
So he's going to review it. It's on the selling that gray car.
Okay.
There's also an Alpine car, which is a little bit cheaper. I don't know why that is.
Probably a lot more miles.
Okay. But I'm like, you're at 1078 right now. This is rolling the $7,500 in. More miles, 39 months. With first payment down, he's at 1128 a month with 1128 down. With maintenance in, he's paying right now 1078 down. So
Yeah, that's pretty good when you
not
consider
a
that
bad deal that you're rolling.
he's got almost, you know, 250
He's
bucks
like,
a month
what's
in
less
negative equity.
painful? And I'm like, I think this option's less painful. I'm like, 25 cents a mile adds up very quickly. You have 10 payments left. I mean, you might have a $5,000 to $6,000 mileage bill.
Yeah,
Plus another set of tires,
right.
plus brakes. So,
Yep.
he's gonna call me back tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, but the discount's like $2,000 lighter than what the Alpine car is. The Alpine car's more expensive in Roadster.
Part of that is how expensive the car is, part of it's the miles.
Cool.
Just bought a Geely 450 and I'm so excited. That's awesome. Congratulations. John, hello from Chicago. Great job as always. Always like the content. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. James, I was thinking around 62. I guess I can give it a try. Sure, you can always ask. 750 University, is it likely to be approved for a lease after the online app pre-approval said no? Yeah, if the pre-approval said no, then I don't think that it's going to be any better when you actually apply. So your best chance would be to significantly change the structure of the deal that you're looking at. John, if a car is branded title because the car was bought back because of a bad transmission at 640 miles, would you be scared of it? It's a Turbo S. Definitely, I'd be a little wary of that for sure. Be a little wary of that. What are your future goals with social media? Ideally I'm trying to change the car business for the better and show as many consumers as possible that it doesn't have to suck to buy a car. That's the main goal. And also, again, I don't have that planned out exactly, but I've made a lot of really amazing connections and new friends with social media, and I hope that continues. Right? That would really be the dream for me at this point. Do you like Lease Hacker? I think Lease Hacker is, I don't think it's very helpful. I think it sets unrealistic expectations for a lot of people. Any advice for somebody who's new in sales? Phoenix, I always love getting that question. The best advice I can give you is to figure out who the most successful salesperson is at your organization and spend as much time around them as you possibly can. Ask them questions, shadow them, listen to how they handle themselves with their clients, and again, just be a sponge. If you are around successful and busy people, it will help you to be successful and busy. The other side of that is identify who the low performers are and avoid them like the plague, right? The people who sit around and are not busy, that complain a lot, they would like to drag you down with them, and they will. If you spend time around them, they will drag you down. So it's very important who you choose to spend your time around, and make sure you're asking a lot of questions, right, of your team and your management, because that shows initiative, it shows that you care, and you're going to get a lot of good answers, and you're going to get a lot of a head start by doing that, right? So, and make worthless YouTube videos. Sure, Chris. Can the deals on Lease Hacker be trusted? No, generally not, Ryan. The deals on Lease Hacker are often, not often, I would say, they're sometimes fake, but often they are extreme one-off scenarios that somebody stumbled upon somehow, some way that cannot be replicated, right? So every now and then, for whatever reason, there might be a demo that got forgotten about or had super high miles and got, you know, let go for just a really outrageous deal, and then people post that online and make other people believe that they can get that same deal. Ron, thanks for saying hi from Detroit. I appreciate that. Ross, what does it take to get a G63 allocation? Does it help if a buyer has a used one to trade in? You know, that might, Ross, depends on the store. I can tell you that for us, we give G63s always go to repeat clients of the store. First priority always goes to repeat clients, and then from that list, priority goes to repeat clients of the store that have a G-Wagon to trade us back in. So unfortunately for new people to us, if you're not already a repeat client of the store or a current client of the store and you don't have a G-Wagon to trade to us, I really can't guarantee that I could ever get you a car. But what that means that a lot of people will do is they'll buy maybe a pre-owned G-Wagon from us or a G550 from us, and they'll enjoy that until their custom build 63 comes in, and then we sell that to them at MSRP in exchange for getting their trade back in return. So I actually do have 2 G550s coming in. I was going to post a video about this. I have 2 of them on the water that will be here by the end of the month. One of them is matte black with red, very fancy, very cool, and one of them is a very it's a cheapy build. It's just black, no options really, and both of those will be here this month. They're both available, and obviously you might just be interested in a G550, or you might be interested in getting on the list for G63s for us. So that's one way to do it, and we mean what we say, right? So you do business with us, you become a client, and especially if you have a G-Wagon and you're trading it back, you move right to the front of the line to get a G63 at MSRP. Very early on how hot that car was, how popular it was going to become, and I stockpiled them. Every dealer trade I did, I would take back a future CLE 53 before anybody caught on to how popular they were going to be, and now I got them all. I have dealers reaching out. First of all, we're selling them like crazy, and I've got dealers reaching out from all over the country that don't have any in stock, and they are trying to buy them from me, but I have to trade. If I'm going to trade one out, I got to get one back. Doug from Facebook, how hard is it to get a GLE with third row seat? You know, it's a good question. They don't make the third row is not spec'd that auto, so it's definitely more challenging than getting one without. It is possible. I think your mic is giving up. Uh-oh. Well, unfortunately, I have my incorrect computer here today, gents, so I'm using my old my old MacBook, and I can't promise that the mic is very good on it, so I do apologize for that. Best tips for a struggling car salesman, not a lot of traffic. Dylan, well, best advice I can give you is you have to go out of your way to find people to talk to, right? Start hanging out in the service department. I know it seems awkward, but just go up to those people there and say hello. Just say hi, how you doing? What are you having for service? Did you buy your car from us? Because there is a better than 50% chance, and for most brands, probably closer to 70% chance that that person in the service department did not buy their car from your store. So that is an excellent way to get more clients. Oh, Ron, I really do apologize. I'm not sure what's going on with the audio. Are there any Benzes that actually do hold their resale value? Yeah, Sean, GLE 350s hold their value very well. GLSs tend to hold their value very well. GLE coupes, GLC coupes hold their value very well. G63s, G550s hold their value extremely well. So those are the shortlist. GLCs do pretty good as well. The SUVs obviously do well, but the coupe variants of the SUVs do the best for sure. Show a real customer interaction for once. I bet he won't. So Chris, I do show those occasionally, but that's also not the style of my content, right? So I've thought about going down that road before, but I don't have a camera person, and there's just a lot of extra things that you've got to be considering when you're doing that, right? So most of my content is just kind of the behind the scenes, what goes on in a dealership, how deals get made, conversations with the sales team, right? The interactions with the clientele. That's a different style of content entirely. So it's not that I don't want to show it to you. It's just that there's more to be considerate of when you do it that way. Lou, I've been in trucking 20 years but want to switch to selling cars. Any advice for an old dog? Lou, just go for it. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. Jeep Hybrid Truthful Reviews. You know, I'm not really super well versed on the Jeeps, but I will tell you this: we do get a lot of people trading them in and attempting to trade them in. So do with that information what you will. Is there any way to get out of a lease that I got 6 months ago? I mean, you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it. Getting out of a lease, you know me. I love leasing, and I do think it's the best option for a lot of consumers. But getting out of it early, they're not designed to get out. I need a car for under 15K. What would you get? David, I'd get an old Honda or Toyota for that car. If you want a bigger engine, go up to a 53 or a 580. B-Day is tomorrow. B-Day is tomorrow, V. Thanks for hanging out. If you're not following already, by the way, would love and appreciate a follow. I appreciate everyone that is a new follower to inventory. Is this an option that needs to be ordered? I would say, John, it's decently common. Most S-classes that have the AMG line will have night package on them as well. Thank you, V. I appreciate that. Showed me that screenshot this morning, and he had just taken a phone call on it, and then I just kind of wrote it off. I thought it was before it gets out of hand. So, do you have any tips for a new car salesman? Yeah, Justin, I just was going over this again. Best advice I can questions. Just be around them. Be around high energy people. That is where you're gonna, that high energy can rub off on you. And thank you to everybody for the reply. Samantha, the difference between a 450E and 450 is the 450 is an inline six. It's a total gas engine. The 450E is the plug-in hybrid. So it's actually a four-cylinder like the 350 with the electric engine bolted on. So you get about $50 plug-in hybrid option for us. Tom, hello from Minnesota. Thanks for swinging by. Appreciate it. Any new specials coming for GLC plug-in hybrid? Yeah, we've got great programs on those. And a 24-month lease special. So they're very compelling 24-month lease specials. Tom, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. D. Steiner, absolutely, my pleasure. I'm making a conscious effort to be better about my DMs on Instagram specifically. I really do a bad job on TikTok, unfortunately. The DMs there are just very slow to interact with, but I feel bad. I wish that I had a more effective way to go through the DMs. It's a lot. We're located in North Olmsted, Ohio, which is west of downtown Cleveland. And we sell tons of cars to people in New York, Mr. Golf. Absolutely. We do a lot of business in New York and New Jersey. Tons and tons. Thank you for the kind words, everybody. Does Mercedes make traditional hybrids or just plug-in hybrids? Just plug-in hybrids. What's up? What? Let me look. Okay. All right, so yeah, that you can work with that. That's a 10-day payoff, so you can work with that.
You can work with that? Essentially the account number, everything, so you should be good.
No, you're good. That's an actual payoff, so you can use that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the seal of it very soon. It's got a gray top on alpine gray.
I know.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's cool. Available. Just here's a dealer trade request for a Sealy 53 right now.
Which one?
The graphite Magno on brown.
Wow, the two-door hardtop.
Mm-hmm.
Love that car. Should have bought that car. Car's got walnut wood in it. With the Y-spoke matte black wheels.
There you go. All right. Sorry, everybody. All right, I'm going to go a couple more minutes because I do have some things to wrap up this evening. But I do appreciate everyone stopping by. And let's see, how many, grumpy, very funny. All right. At first time car buyer with 750 credit score and 3-year history, what interest could I be looking at? So it really just depends on the car that you go after. I mean, you could be in the neighborhood for, maybe find a new car that has special rates right now from a manufacturer that's got special rates on a car. That is what I would be doing if I were you. Yes, Leaf, the bull bar is mandatory on G-Wagons in the U.S. for safety regulations, other than on the G580. Other than on the G580. What AMG models has the best money factor when leasing? CLE 53 has a pretty decent one. Yeah, Eric, this is a, what, I can't remember what they call this, but this is like a very thick cotton material, so hard to kind of tie and thin. It was a little bigger. Used to be a manager at BMW in Las Vegas, missed the business, love your common sense, honest, and no kink approach. I appreciate that, David, I really do. Should I buy a 2014 S65 with 14,000 miles? I mean, S65s are amazing. I'd say go for it. Considering a GLS in Q4, if we want to order one, what is the lead time? Damien, it's usually about 2-3 months. I would say if you're considering one, do it this year. I would do it now, though, if I were you. Nothing changes for model year 2026. There's great deals on GLSs right now. And if you wait to Q4, you'd be looking at a 2026 model that's going to be impacted by tariffs somehow, some way. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't make a difference to me, right? I just like to volunteer that information out so that you have it. Ever do business with Tommy for delivered on YouTube? Yeah, I've worked with Tommy several times in the past. I don't really work with him anymore. I mean, I'm friends with Tommy. I respect what he's doing. He's built a great business. But as I've told the people that know Tommy and like Tommy, if you're looking, the service that he provides is what we already provide to the people that buy cars from us. So there's no need to hire him to find a dealer that's going to give you a great deal and make it easy for you, because we already do that. So if you want a Mercedes-Benz, there's no need to hire Tommy, right? Because then now you're just involving a middleman that adds time to the process. So, but I'm going to hop off here. We got a couple things to wrap up. There's kind of a shorter one today, but I do appreciate everyone who hung out for a little while. Thank you to everybody that hit the like button and the follow button and the thumbs up button. Really means the world to me. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And probably won't be able to do a live tomorrow for, I'll be off celebrating my birthday with the fam, but